Hey there, good morning everyone in Facebook land and ultimately YouTube. I hope you are well this morning, settling into your day, have your coffee, your tea, whatever your morning thing is. I thought today I would share a little bit of behind the curtain in Sonia's world and let you know what I do every single morning of my life. This may look weird, but here we go. This is not drugs. This is a green tea called yerba mate. So for all of my fellow Argentines, cheers. Bravo, bravissima. I've been drinking yerba mate pretty much. It's like mother's milk to me. My parents are from Argentina. And I might have an occasional cousin here in the United States or in Argentina who sees me on Facebook. So I just wanted to raise a glass. I drink this every day, and it's really, really good for you. So you can feel free to comment if you have any questions about it, and I'll send you some links. But that's my morning brew. And as I said, this is Rise and Receive, your 10-minute morning send-off to start your day ready to receive what you most want by unlearning struggle. So for those of you who have been joining me, you know what this is about. And if you're new to Rise and Receive, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I am all about teaching and empowering and providing support around the idea that as you unlearn struggle, receiving simply happens. And if you haven't received what you most want, or you don't know what it's going to take, the main idea that we're exploring here every morning is that receiving in and of itself is its own wisdom, its own art form that is kind of like a forgotten way of being. And it comes from an over-reliance on a masculine model of power, which is, pretty much what has happened, certainly in our country, on this planet. And we have an opportunity to receive our fulfillment with so much more ease as we learn what it takes to become a masterful receiver. So what we do here is we have an opportunity to explore my brand new in development card deck, which is all about receiving your fulfillment by unlearning struggle. So every morning I pull a card and I will highlight a receiving principle and then send you off on your day with the power of invitation. And invitation is what the feminine model of manifestation and power is rooted in. Masculine is intention, feminine is invitation. So for today, what I wanted to do was share what inspired this particular card. I was texting, pardon me while I pull something up on my iPad here. The other day, I was checking in with a student in the home study program, the Receive course, which I can include links about later on. And this is actually a male student. And I just wanted to really let people know that I work with men too, even though I kind of target women because I tend to attract a lot of women. But everyone and anyone who struggles and would like to experience more ease really benefits from this work. And so this was a really exciting text that I received. So I wanted to share it with you as a lead into today's card. Okay, so I was just checking in with him saying, hey, how's the home study program going? How's it going in general? And this is what he said. He said, I'm great. I resolved some big financial, emotional, and energetic entanglements that have set me free. So nice to be having freedom I've been seeking forever. Your practices in week 2 of the Receive course have been magic in that. $16,000 magic. So I wanted to share this today because while these Rise and Receives and a lot of my Instagram posts can have like this sort of woo-woo, soft and fluffy sort of aspect to them, or people are like, well, yeah, that's nice, receiving, woo-woo, all that kind of stuff. The reason I'm so passionate about this is learning to receive by unlearning struggle produces concrete results in our lives, inner world and outer world. And that includes everything from money, in this example, to homes manifesting and job opportunities and sales and closing on contracts. I remember when a client of mine referred my YouTube videos over to I think it's a stepdaughter, and she actually was struggling to close a deal because COVID had hit and everyone was panicked. She watched one video and the next day she texted in and said, hey, I closed the deal. So this may seem woo-woo, but believe me, my father went to MIT. I am my father's daughter. I have a really well-trained mind, which is why I'm so passionate about teaching this, because I had to unlearn struggle. And I worked so hard, like so many women that I know, so many people. Hard work is not the issue and it's not the answer. Receiving is the answer. Okay, so I hope that inspires you, and I want to talk about today's card. So today's card is this. I don't think I'm going to hold them. I'm going to hold them up, but they're always backwards, so I'll read it to you. Everything is sacred. That's the theme for this card. Everything is sacred. And I'm going to read you now what the card says, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this receiving principle. So settle in, take a breath, drink your tea, coffee, or yerba mate, and let this wash over you. Sometimes life gives you things you don't want. It's not your fault. It's simply life. Your struggle is not that life gives you don't wants. Your struggle is that you fight them because you learn to do so. As you unlearn the lie that you must fight your don't wants, and instead learn to receive everything as sacred, you expand your capacity to receive more and better. When a don't want arrives in your life, practice letting go of the fight and simply let it be here. Breathe and give it the same right to exist as your do wants. Remain open and watch what else comes to you. So with this, I'm going to give you your willingness mantra for the day. I encourage you to write it down, come back. This will be posted on my Facebook feed. Re-listen to this. This is a powerful concept. So here's your willingness mantra. I am willing to discover how I can receive more and better by letting go of the fight. I am willing to discover how I can receive more and better by letting go of the fight. Now, in our current time on this planet, there is a lot of fighting energy. And there are times for fighting. But when we over-rely on the masculine model of power, that energy of fighting, conquering, defending, and protecting is what we resort to because of a malnourished or absent feminine model, feminine energy of power within us. We are so truly so malnourished in terms of really understanding the power of the feminine. And again, to really illustrate, I'm not talking about just woo-woo, I feel powerful. I'm talking about the power to manifest the life that you long for, your heart's desires. So the feminine is incredibly powerful. That's what I'm passionate about, really illuminating and bringing life to anyone who's called to explore this, okay? Because truly, most struggle is learned. So what I want to go deeper into today, and I invite you to kind of just be in the question of this, in the contemplation, is this. What would happen? What are you afraid of if you were to let go of the fight? If you were to take your symbolic fists, okay, that you may approach your challenges and actions your challenges and problems in your life, okay, and simply let go of the fight. You see what happens with my hands? My hands are now in a position to receive. What else can you receive? And what else? From this, which means nothing else can come in, to this. So I want you to just even have that visual throughout the day. Now, the mind, which again is the masculine, the heart is the feminine, the mind thinks, if I don't fight, I might die. So this is very necessary. But the heart knows, the body, which is where the feminine is experienced in the sensations, okay, in the physical felt sensations of the body knows that if I don't fight, in other words, relax, just let it be here, I can receive. And you might want to think about a child, okay? Think about a child who is on the playground and they're playing, and maybe somebody throws a stick at them and they want to fight, or they're crying, or they want to change something or make it better, and they run over to mom, okay? Now, if they're still in fighting mode or in tantrum mode, they're just like all riled up and struggling. But when they can crawl into divine feminine mother's lap and just let it go, and shake it out, what happens? That child can now receive nurturing, okay? So much of receiving and unlearning struggle is about, and this is really what I want to keep offering people, we struggle to receive. We don't even know how to receive because we have this absent or malnourished feminine power in our psyche, in our experience, our emotions. It's just not there. So we don't know how to rely on it. But as we start to nourish and invite and explore the presence of the divine feminine, and I say divine because it's something that takes us out of our human experience with moms and mothers and the feminine. There's so much wounding that it's hard to presence that when we just think of it at the human level of mothering. But I say divine because it's unconditional. It's better than we've ever imagined. It's beyond what we know with the mind. It's beyond what we know with our experience. Okay, so I invite you to explore what would happen if when I receive a don't want in my life, okay, and this is your opportunity, this is your practice. A don't want arrives. Let's say you get bad news. Let's say you get a bill. Let's say somebody in your home, because you're living with each other under the same roof without any break, is driving you crazy. And you want to do battle in your mind, or you want to do battle with them. What if you were to give yourself some space and breathe and let the irritation be here? Let the struggle be here. Let the fear be here. Let the bill be here. Let the problem you don't know how to solve just be here. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to solve it. You don't have to get rid of it. Just let it be here. And breathe. And know that it's a sacred expression of life. Just let it be here. And when you let go of the fight and your hands are open to receive, you now can receive the next thing that life wants to give you, and the next thing. So the key to receiving in this example, in today's message, is in order to receive your do wants, you must learn how to receive your don't wants. And your don't wants, 99.9 to infinity% of the time, can't hurt you unless there's an actual physical threat or harm. Most of what we receive is perceived through the mind as a threat. But in actuality, if you let it be here, it cannot hurt you. As a matter of fact, as you just let the fear come and be here, or the pain or whatever, or the sadness be here, it will do what it came here to do. It has safe passage. It has the same right to be here as everything else. And now there's space to receive the next thing. And that's how the flow and the abundance and the kindness of life opens up, and your capacity to receive more and better starts to reveal itself with less and less struggle as the fighting ceases. So I hope this has given your heart and soul something to contemplate and explore. As you move through your day, just be curious about what would happen if I let go of the fight and take on this willingness mantra. I'll read it to you again. I am willing to discover how I can receive more and better by letting go of the fight. So with this, I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. I'm really excited about how this is being received. You can always check my YouTube channel if you can't make these Facebook Lives, and just subscribe and they'll just keep showing up. You'll be notified if you hit the notification bell. And if you do want to learn more about receiving and fill in these gaps and answer some of these questions that may be arising, go to receiveclass.com or receivecourse.com. And all the links will be provided, but you can learn more about the kinds of things that people are receiving in their lives. Oh, and by the way, post what you're receiving. We got to celebrate this. Day one of this Rise and Receive, the mantra was, I am willing to be pleasantly surprised. And the very next day, driving through Starbucks, went to pay for my coffee and found out that the people in front of us paid for the coffee. So little things, big things happen. Please post your receivings, okay, what you receive, because we'll celebrate, and receiving manifests more receiving. All right. Have a great day. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Is Friday, so another Rise and Receive. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everyone.